Speaking of kitchen counters, I have a fabulous, fabulous man who remodeled my kitchen. All my friends are jealous. Everybody who comes over hates me because I have the best kitchen in the world. I've known Marty for some time. Our kids, they played sports together. They grew up down the street from me. He is going to talk about your environment. I was really shocked to see the percentage of people who are hurt inside their home and outside their home when there are so many preventative activities that we can do. So Marty specializes in new construction and remodeling, like my wonderful kitchen. Anybody wants to come by and see it? I'm surprised he doesn't have it on his PowerPoint. But if you want to come over and do your push-ups in my kitchen, that's fine. It's gorgeous. So anyways, Marty's going to talk about repurposing your home environment for fall protection. So thank you, Marty, for agreeing to come.
I'm just really curious. How many people live in a single detached dwelling at home? Okay. How many are in assisted living? Okay, good. So this is going to be pretty pertinent to your situation at home. I get to deal with change. Change is going on all the time. I mean, we've got this weather coming in. It's fall prevention. How did that happen? Fall's coming. So, but I get to deal with change a lot, and our bodies are changing. We're getting older. And your demographic, the seniors in society now, there's a huge population of people that we're catering to because a lot of people are staying in their home. They're aging in place. That's a term I want you to, if you're going to do some research on the internet later, aging in place is one of them to look up for your home, aging in place. And the other one is called universal design. Those two keywords in Google will get you a ton of information about what I'm going to briefly go through right here. So the internet's a great resource for this. But I wanted to read something to you real quick. This is I had a little technical issue this morning with my PowerPoint, so I had to print it out. Aging in place, this is what I got on Google. It's the ability to live in one's own home and community safely, independently, comfortably, regardless of age, income, or ability level. Okay, so that's aging in place. And the universal design is taking those ideas. It's a broad spectrum of ideas meant to produce buildings, products, environments that are accessible to older people, people without disabilities, and people with disabilities. It's creating safe places. So let me go through these slides real quick, and I'll bring up a couple of things that we're doing quite a bit. Is it the, which one was this? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to start off with stairways. Obviously, the stairs are very dangerous to navigate, and a lot of people that are aging in place will opt to live in a single-story dwelling, but there's elevation changes all around the home usually. From going into the front door, my mom, I recently did an upgrade for her where she had to put a handrail up just to get up two steps right here in Davis. And so we put a little handrail for her, and it just made a huge difference for her accessibility into the house. But also on here, you can see the treads. These are just pieces of wood. There's nothing on them. They're very visible. You can see them. What we also did here is we painted the riser, so it was really easy to see the difference between the tread and the riser as you're going up the stair. On this one over here, we relocated the stairwell and rebuilt it. We put a handrail on both sides. It's a simple little thing, having a handrail on the right and the left. So if you're right-handed or left-handed or stronger on one side or the other, you can actually navigate that as you're going through, going up the stairs. Outside, somebody had mentioned, the accidents that happen at home. A lot of them are inside, but like 20 or 25% was outside as well. And these are just simple little things, little safety devices on handrails that you can, oops, I went backwards, that you can actually incorporate into your outside landscape. It's not that expensive to put this type of metal work together. It's just knowing where to go and how to get it done. And it makes a huge difference. Dr. Yee had mentioned that one visit was $24,000. Well, that's going to be a fraction of the cost. So, put the money over here instead of in the hospital. The other thing is floors and rugs. Getting a really good quality surface that's not slippery on your floor. A lot of people will make the mistake of getting a slipperier surface. When we do wood species like a wide open plank like this, we want to have a texture to the wood. Or if you do like a porcelain tile, you want to have a really good texture, something that's a little gritty. especially in those wet places like around the kitchen or the bathroom. This is a couple of photos here of what I call kind of core design or old school design. A lot of homes were built after the war in the 50s and 60s, and they were built just random. They weren't really thought about as far as aging in place. And so we're remodeling a lot of these homes. All the new homes that we build, a lot of this universal design stuff is taking place now. We're building that way. It's not mandated by code, but we're actually taking the steps and making it so that people can actually age in their home comfortably. So here, there's all kinds of issues. You've got, can you imagine over here on the top and navigating over this? Take that deep breath and stepping over the tub and getting in. Well, you got to have a grab bar right there, and you've also got some slippery tile surfaces. The tub itself is slippery. These porcelain finished tubs, you can sit on it and fall right off. Another great device for that are these little stick-on anti-slip sticker things that you can put on the tub or on the floor right outside the tub. And if you do use floor mats, I'll talk about this in a second, get the rubber back ones, really good quality rubber back floor mats. That's another big issue is just picking up a floor and falling down as you're walking. Grab bars, huge, easy installs usually, not that difficult to put in. So if you really want that tub, you can do it, but here, if you're taking a bath, it's real easy to hold on to this angled grab bar when you're laying down in the tub, so that way as you get up higher as you go. And then a substantial frame around the tub too. This isn't really a grab bar, it's more of a towel rack, but it is a substantial surround, so it makes a difference having a really good quality heavy-duty frame. And then a lot of design work that we're doing now for people aging in place is curbless showers. There's no actual curb that you step over. And you might not think about it, 6 inches, but that could just be, you lost your balance and you can't put your foot back and you fall down. It's something simple like that. Having these floors that are curbless and they actually flow in one direction right to the back wall. So that way if you do put a chair in there, it's not like you're on all these different height surfaces, it's just one plane. So that way it's safer. As you can imagine, a drain in the center of a shower, you put a chair in there and it can move around a lot. But having that one plane makes a big difference. So here's a couple designs. These are projects that we've done. A couple designs that we did that shows exactly what I was just talking about. There's a curbless shower right here. The other big thing is having, being able to sit down in your shower. This couple did this remodel. They were probably in their late 50s, but they're wanting to age in place. So we designed this bathroom remodel so that they could actually have a walker and go in there if they needed to. They have the ability not to trip over. There's no tripping device in there. They've got a grab bar right next to the bench. And this was one that we did for a special needs child in their house. And the same thing here. There's no curb. Everything flows in one direction to the back drain. You've got a handheld unit that you can actually sit down and use to bathe. So a lot of our focus when we're doing universal design is on the bathroom. This is a project I was just at just last week, and I took a picture of it. We're doing this for a couple where they're aging in place right now, and this is a bar that you can actually put down and use, again, sitting, getting out of the chair. Well, it's hard as you get older, and sometimes difficult, especially if you're injured or you have some sort of illness, to be able to put this bar down. It goes up in the upright position, so it's not in the way for other people that want to use it, but it goes down. There's a lot of devices like this that you can find on the internet that you can actually incorporate into your shower area. And by all means, if you have any questions, just go ahead and interrupt at any time, and I'm happy to answer them. The kitchen is another area where it's really easy to fall. A lot of people will have that little step stool, they put it down, they step up on it because they're grabbing stuff, they don't have really good storage. So the less that you have to walk around in the kitchen when you're cooking, the better off you are. So we do a lot of incorporated design where we're putting utensils that are going to be used for cooking, right? Whoops. Well, there we go. Right next to the cooking apparatus, so it's right there. I keep pressing the wrong button on you guys here. There we go. So this is taking advantage of not walking around the kitchen. In this scenario here, on this kitchen remodel, this is where they're putting a lot of dry goods or water or something that's going to go just directly right into the refrigerator. So again, you're not navigating all over the place in the kitchen. On this kitchen remodel, this client actually had difficulty navigating around the kitchen because walking was becoming difficult. So what we did is we cantilevered her countertops. You can see on that upper picture there, it's got like about a 2.5 to 3 inch overhang. So it's actually a surface that you can grab onto as you're walking around the kitchen. And then also having a real big open area around the perimeter. Islands are really good to hold on to, as you're keeping your balance. Those are a lot of common designs that we're working with right now. And again, accessibility. You don't have to have everything up high and put away if you do it right. Drawers are a big deal in kitchen remodels for just, not having to get up high. Having a drawer open up low, you can put a lot of heavy duty equipment in there or utensils. Taking advantage of a corner in this scenario is a really good aspect of a kitchen design, universal design. Lighting. Lighting is my last thing I want to talk about. It's a huge difference. A lot of older homes don't have really good, proper built-in lighting. And so if you're in an older home, aging in place, it's a really good idea to incorporate some really good high-efficiency LED lights, and they're more for function, so you can see the overall spaces. You can also use them for aesthetic purposes, but really navigating pathways on the outside of the house, as well as on the inside. Getting up in bed at night, we've incorporated some, you can do this, you don't have to do it built in, but we're building some houses right now for some aging in place clients. And they're going to have this photovoltaic cell on the outside of the house that will trigger the path lights all the way into the bathroom. And they're just a little 3 or 4 watt voltage little light that comes on every single night. You can also just get, the aftermarket and plug it in, and it will be a nice little pathway, right? The hallways as well. Having really good LED lights. This old hallway right here, it used to be just super dark, and it had a dark carpet, and we just brightened it up so that now you can see all the photos that this client had, and it's just real easy to navigate, and also you could even hold on to the shelf if you needed to as you were walking by here. And a well-lit pathway. Again, here, not having a throw carpet on the stairs, but really tight, tightly installed carpet. Trying to eliminate any kind of bullnose to it, so your toes don't hit it, is what we're doing for universal design as well. So here's just kind of the summary that I wanted to put together for you. The stairs, it's the handrails and treads, the elevation changes, making sure that those rugs are secured to the ground on the floors and rugs. The bathroom, I think, is a big deal. There's a lot of moisture, there's water, you can slip. Having those non-slippery surfaces is really important and easy to get into. The kitchen, all the drawers and the storage, you don't want to get up high. And lastly, the lighting. So I'm going to have a booth over here. If you have any questions and want to talk to me about it, thank you so much.
Thank you.